Hello everyone, Karan here from TechTrips, and today we are playing Assassin's Creed Origins on the ASUS ROG Ally. Now we are going to go through some settings over here, and right now I'm playing this at 1080p and the settings are very high, just one level below ultra. And let me turn off VSync, and yeah, these are the settings. So we'll just quickly do a walkthrough. So you can see the frame rates running between 28 to 30ish FPS, and Alexandria is a pretty intensive area. In fact, it's the most intensive area in Origins actually. So this is like the worst case scenario. Let's quickly bring this down to 720p. Now the frame rates are somewhere between 40 Yep, they're constantly above 40 FPS. Let me keep this here, yeah. So they're constantly above 40 FPS. At 720p, very high settings, and the game still looks really good, so no problems there. We are easily above 40 FPS here. Now we are at 1080p and we are at high settings. So 1080p high. And we're getting somewhere between 32 and 40 FPS. So not great. Let's bring this down to 720p. What you're going to notice is that no matter what you do, the frame rates are not going to improve that much. And that's something which I have done earlier and I tried it. At 720p, you're getting 40 plus FPS, quite identical to what we were getting at very high settings. We were getting almost similar sort of frame rates at very high. Of course, being a dynamic game, we can't replicate every time, but roughly the sort of frame rates that we were getting was quite identical. Now we are playing this game at medium settings and 1080p, and the frame rates you can see on the right hand corner, you're getting about same 33, 32, in fact 31, 30. Yeah, that's the sort of frame rates that we are getting right now. It can go up to 40, as you can see, but there is literally no improvement in the frame rates whatsoever. There's some sort of bottleneck, and I don't think the CPU is to blame in this at all. And neither is the RAM, neither is the GPU. So yeah, this is purely a game-based bottleneck that we are facing here. Let's bring this down to 720p. The reason I'm running in the same area is so that we get a fair idea about how the performance actually is like. And we are up to 48, 50 sometimes, generally above 40 FPS at 720p, and you can also touch 50 FPS from time to time. Now we are running this game at low settings and native 1080p low settings. The frame rates you can see on the screen on the right hand side, we are getting about 40 some FPS. Yeah, 40, 45, generally stays above 40 at 1080p. So over here we can see some performance improvement, some minor performance improvement at low settings. We are exactly at 40 FPS. So generally it's staying above 40. It can even come down below 40 sometime maybe, but mostly it's sticking above 40 FPS at low settings. So at 1080p low, yes, you can manage to get those frame rates. Let's bring this down to 720p. So in 720p we are at 50 some FPS. So I can manage to hover above 50 FPS most of the time. Sometimes even dropping below a little bit, but I'll say 1080p is the sweet spot for this low settings. If you're wanting to go above 40 FPS, because this has got a FreeSync screen, so you shouldn't really have any issues whatsoever. Now we are running this game maxed out at 1080p, and it's 1080p over here. Graphics is ultra high, and let's see. So we are getting 29, 28 FPS, 30. So somewhere, in the lower side, I'll say. Ultra high looks really good. The graphics really improves a lot, and this is a setting that I would really like this ROG Ally to be able to play at. Now you don't really need 1080p for this screen, but let's try out 720p and see what sort of frame rate improvements can we get. Because 720p becomes a bit blurry for such high settings. So we are getting about 37, 36. So getting somewhere between 36, 37 FPS. This game really doesn't scale that well from low settings to such high settings. 39, 38. So it's looking good, but it's slightly blurry. Let's do one thing. I have an idea, and I feel that is the right fix. I'll change the resolution modifier to 90% of 1080p. So 90% of 1080p, it won't really make a difference, and the frame rates will be really good, and the resolution will be extra sharp even then. So we are staying above 30 FPS here. And the game is feeling really smooth to play. And this is a setting that I can actually get behind. So this is really a very expensive area in terms of GB utilization.
I guess the works of Archimedes, Plato, Sappho, and Aristotle won't have your scribblings to keep them company. Those are all in there? They are.
So this is the setting that I would most likely prefer to play at, which is ultra high, because it looks so damn good at ultra high, and the frame rates really don't change much between very high and ultra high. Maybe 3-4 FPS here and there. So this is a setting I'll prefer, along with a 90% resolution modifier at 1080p, which is again really good. And you can see the frame rates are looking really good. So you can see this game runs really well at ultra high settings, absolutely maxed out. And just put the resolution modifier to about 60%, sorry, 90%, and you're good to go. And you can see such good frame rates we are getting. The textures are looking so good. Yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, do like this channel, subscribe to my channel, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more such future videos. Cheers everyone, see you in the next one.